this lecture series, Unit 3rd, Lecture 47, Milling Machine Tools. Okay, some last lecture for the sum of the milling machine tools and milling cutters used for the sum of special milling cutters and upward milling operation and downward milling operation. And the upward milling operation, I say that discuss for this topic is the tool rotation directions, and the table table is the moment motion of the tables is the both are different directions. And but the downward milling cutter operation is the work rotary motion of the tools, and the workpiece is travels for the directions of both are the same directions. Okay, and this is the main difference of, okay, upward milling cutter operation and downward milling cutter operations. Okay, and discuss for the sum of our topic in this video, and the most important of the videos. Agenda for milling of the milling operations, some of the classifications of milling operations, and the discuss for the one by one operations and the very detail in this video. And ga- ganj milling operation and the ga- milling operation and the straddles milling operation and dividing head and the simple or the plain indexing. These are the topics. Dividing is the present for the very important, and this the very milling operation. The Ganj milling operation, in the ganj milling operation, in the ganj milling, in number of milling cutters, the number of milling cutters are fastened to the uh, arbors is to suit the profile of the workpiece to be machined. Okay, and the sum of the other side of is milling cutters. Okay, slab mills, this is the milling operations, and some of the other topic is this is the figure for the, and this is the cut by the gears of the, this is the milling cutters, this is the side of the milling cutters is the teeth of the cutter. Okay, this is the teeth of the cutters, side and face milling cutters. Okay, and this is the teeth of the milling cutter. Okay, this is the milling cutter teeth, this is the teeth of milling cutter of the teeth. And I discuss for the some of the, this is the slab mills, this is the slab mills uh, of the body of the slab mills. Okay, and this is the both are, this is the soft is the also for holding the both are cutters. Okay, both are cutter holding the both are cutters. On the one side is the side face milling cutters, and one and other side is the also for side and face milling cutter is second. Okay, two cutter is consisting of the one shaft. Okay, both are the and the also for tools is also for rotating for the is the clockwise direction, and both are tools for rotate in the clockwise directions. Okay, clockwise directions tools are moved from the the ganj milling cutters operations is the used for very powerful and work is the performed to the operation of the tools. For examples, two side and face milling cutter with a slab milling cutter. This is the slab milling cutter is the performed to the at the slab milling cutter is used for the center of the side and face milling cutters. Okay, and this is the side and face milling cutters is the slab milling cutter, and the two mills are inverted for U shape. okay. And this is the s- make by the this is the cutter used make by the two U shape, okay. One upper, this is the upper U shape, and is the lower U shape, okay. This is the upper U shape is the slab U shape cutter operations, and this is the and downward slab U shape of the cutter is performed to the operation of the gunge milling operation. The advantage of the gun milling is that the several surface are machined at the some time, okay. This is the tools operations performed to the one time at a time. The perform to the one on three operations perform of this the milling cutters, okay. And it is also possible to combine for the cutter along with the general purpose cutter. This is cutter used for the some of special work purpose use in application of the industrial applications and the manufacturing operation. This is the tools used for the large workpiece in the converting in the small chips pieces of form, okay. And this is the also for use for the milling cutters is used for the in the sold casting of the casting of the metals mills, and used for the large workpiece is the cutting for the small pieces, okay. This is tools is a very strong, and this is the tool also were performed on the automobiles component, and the old workpiece is converted into raw materials, okay. And the dividing for the small pieces, and okay, small pieces also for melting the melt of the furnace, okay. And milling operation, the types of the milling operation, the straddles milling operation. Straddles is a special form of the gunge milling where only only side and face milling cutter are used, okay. And this is the straddles milling operation is used for the special, this is the milling cutter used for the special work purpose, and the milling where only side for face milling cutter. This is the only for one side. This is the finished for this is the one side, okay. And this is the this is the cutting for the tools is the cutting for the metals is the one side, okay. And the this is the slab of the milling, this is the slab milling operation for performed to the, and this is the slab mill, this is slab milling is performed to the, this is the cut for the workpiece, okay. And the second is the part of the slot milling. So this is the slot milling, it provides the teeth or the performed to the work operations, okay. A typically sequence of process use and the milling cutters required for a component machined in a milling machines are shown in the figures, okay. Suppose that this is the also used for the angles of milling cutter. This is the perform to the angles, and this is the angle form, okay. 20 30 and 40 degrees for perform to the angles. This is the T slot perform to the angles. This is the shank of the angles and face of the teeth, face of the cutter, so the teeth, okay. And the perform, this is the cut of the metal, this is his face, and this is the complete for the workpiece operation. And second is the in the circular, this is the this is the cylindrical form of circular tools is performed to the work end of the mills. This is the end of the mills are performed in the workpiece of the tools perform the cutting for the metals, and suppose that, and option is fourth, this is the large, okay. And this is the cell in the milling, this is the this is the cutter is also for very large of the side, in the side end of the millings is a large size of the milling. And this is the for the sum of the part is the holding devices used for the holding for the workpiece, okay. and the required for the component machined in the milling machines is, so suppose that the T slot of workpiece, and this is the finished workpiece operation, and second operation is the use for the uh, use for use a slab milling operation and slot milling tools used, and the engage of millings also performed to the and cylindrical shape also in millings, and second, also all the operations is the cells end of the millings is performed to the operation, and second is also for dividing head of the milling cutter. This is a very large machines, okay, and the dividing head is one of the most important most attachment with the in the milling machines, and it is the almost in indisciple independence, okay. This is the worm shaft, okay, and this is figure is the very importance of the machines, and this is the also for use of the machines, okay. Suppose that the index rank, okay, this is the also for use for the some of the component of the machines, and this is the also for check, okay. This is the indexings of the index plate. This is the index plate is also balancing of the make for the sector arm. This is the also used for arm is the also selected for this component of the machines, and this is the indexing sector arm. This is sector arm is selected for the, and this is the sector arm is the also for consisting of the indexing plate, and indexing plate is the very weightage of the plate, and some the typical the attached for with the milling machines, and is the almost indispensable, okay. And this is the use for the bolt is the also for connecting to the worm shaft, okay, to the connecting for the worm shaft, and this is the also for the index shank. This is index shank is also for this is indexing for work performed to the holding of the indexing plate, indexing plates, and index head spindle. This form is a spindle. This form is also a spindle used for this other side of the gear is the worm wheel. It 40 teeth, okay. This is the use for the worm wheel is the very weightage of the wheel is performed to the performed to the work rotations, and this is the worm single thread. This is the thread is also for transmission of the power. This thread is also worm's thread is also for transmit to the power is the one shaft to an other shaft is the worm by help of the worm gear, and the typical construction of the dividing head is the machines the indexing, I think, for the dividing of the head of this is the head of the machine, and this is the both are head is divided for the two side. One side is and second side is this operations, and this is the main spindle. This is the main spindle of the machines for dividing head drive from workpiece, okay. Drive, this is the drive from workpiece, okay. This is the drive from the cutters. This is the cutter is the teeth of the cutter performed to the this teeth is the cutting for the materials star material on the surface of the workpiece, and head drive for workpiece is means for of the three universal chuck, okay. Three universal chuck or a dog, and leaf center of the leaf center the similar of the lathe machines, okay. This is the leaf center This is that warm shaft is also for it in the use for the fountain, and other side is the use for the warm wheels is the 20 teeth of the 20 teeth and 20 40 teeth and 38, and the other is even and odd teeth used in the machines. Okay, dug for the leaf center similar to a length of the chuck of the machines. Okay, and some of other teeth perform to the dividing head of the machine, indexing plate number of the worm and safe dividing head. Okay, the indexing plate available with the worm brown and the sharp milling machines are. Okay, the number of the plates used in this the uh, worm plates. Okay, and suppose that this is the worm is the, and this is the center of the worm plates. Okay, this is the shaft is this is the worm shaft, this is the worm shaft. This is the wheels also for wounded on the shaft, worm shaft. Okay, this is the also for rotate for the one plate, and this is second plates, and this is the third plate. This is the plate also for use in the, and this is the fourth plate. Okay, this is the fourth plate of the machines, and the fourth, and this is the fifth plate. This is the fifth plate of the machines, also the fifth. This the plate from one plate and two plate and three plate are attached to the upper surface of the other of the workpiece. Okay, the number of, in the shape milling machines, the number of plates, one plates, and you and the 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 holes. Okay, 20 holes of the one plates, and number of plates two is also for 61 used for the 21, 23, 27, and this is used for the even number. This is the even number of holes used in the second plates, number of second plates. Okay, and the number of third plates is used for the other even numbers of even holes of the plates is 37 and 39, 41, 43, and 47s and 49s. Some of the, this is the increase for the area, increase for the circular area of the machines, and the holes also increase for the. Okay, and the indexing plate used for the uh, Cincinnati, and the Parkinson's dividing head is the, and this the 15s, 16s, and 17, 18, 19, and 40, and 20s. These are the some of the grooves are this is the grooves are where the one times is passes through the all the times, and a plate's side, on the plate one side, the one and 24, 25, 28, 20, 30, 34, 37, 38, and 41, 42, and 43 holes of the plate number 2, and side 2, 46, 47, 149, and 51, all the, and 57, 58, 59, and 62, and 66 holes in the plates. The indexing on number of the worms and staff is divided mm, head of the machines and machine tools operations. Okay, dividing head, it is also possible to get the additional get the additional plate from the uh, synthetic inverse increase the indexing capability of the followers. Okay, some of the holes increase of the machines and the the wheels is the also for the correct balancing of the machines. Okay, and plate two side 134, 46, 79 and 93, 109, 123, 139, 153. All the increase for the is this is the increase for the tools. This is the holes increase for the holes. Okay, and side 2 is 32, 32, 44, 77, 89, 107, 121, 137, 151 and 163. All the increase for the 179 and 193 holes 93 holes is used for in this operation. Plate third inside one as 26 and 42, 73, 87 and 103 and 119 and 133 and 149, 161 and 175 and 191 holes of the other plate and other plate third and side of the third plates and 20, 28, 38 and 71 and 83 and 101 and 115 and 131, 140. All the increase for the holes of the plate. Simple, the simple or the plain indexings. The plain indexing is the name give to the indexing of the methods is carried out using for any of the indexing plate is the conjunctions with the warm wheels. Also for warm wheels and warm shaft is also for is selected from the transmit of the powers and the other component of the machines and used for the some operations and performed to the is the continuous operations for the machines and wheels used for, and with this is the possible to obtain the relatively simple and simple divisions of use in these machines and also perform the some operations. Okay, the milling cutter operation is performed to the some of the other holding operations or machines. Okay, this this means that the gear blank this that the gear blank held in the spindle of the dividing head is to be divided by equalified divisions. Okay, the means of the gear blank gear use held in the spindle of the dividing head it into the divided equally into the 40 20 divisions since the 40 revolutions of the indexing crank reduces produces one full the revolutions of one revolutions of the worm wheels and the plates is complete for the one revolutions one by one the full revolutions of the workpiece. We need to the rotate the index crank. This is the index cranks. This is the index of the crank to full turn of the cutting each teeth of the gear. Okay, the teeth of the cutter or the teeth is the performed cut for the metals and the some cutting for the extra materials of the workpiece and complete for the operations. Okay, and this is need to rotate the indexing crank also rotate for the in the rotary motions. Okay, and rotary motion tools also for rotate rotary motions and cut for the surface of the workpiece or materials. Okay, and some of the devices for the cutting each or teeth of the gears. Suppose we want to have be equal divided and dividends of the mad of the balancing of the workpiece, okay, and some of the other perform to the milling cutter operations, the rotations of the indexing crank, okay. Some of the also for point discussed for the this formula indexing crank, okay. Indexing cranks is the suppose that I consider for the 40 teeth of the worm gear, okay, 40 teeth of the worm gear and 60 teeth of the worm gear is the and there is the also for 6 tons is used for the, and 40 by 6 is the also for dividing for the operation is the 6.33 also tons use. This means that the indexing crank should be rotated in the 6 full terms, okay, and this is the 6 terms are used for the rotate of the worm wheels, and the gears is also for this is the gear is rotate for the 6 terms, and for the this following is the terms followed by the two-third of the rotation, two-third of the rotation. The function of the rotation, the function of the rotation required it to be obtained for the indexing of the plate is complete from the revelation of the part. That can be also done for following is the sum of the worms and shape for performed to the operations. Plate 1, this is the also for include for plate number 1 the 10 holes in the and 15 holes of the cycles. Once one cycles in performed to the 1 holes, 2 holes, 3 holes, 4 holes, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the holes is completely for the and 15 cycles, okay. The 10 holes in 15 holes, okay. And second is the of second plate number of the and yeah, and 11 12 holes in the 18 hole circles, okay, 18 hole circles. And plate number 2, 14 holes in the 21 hole circles, 21 whole circle, and 18 holes in the 27 whole circles, okay, and 22 holes in the 33 whole circles, okay. And this is the also for present for the depend upon the holes, okay, depend upon the holes, and 10 holes in the 15 whole circles, and 20, 11, 12 holes in the 10 holes in the 18 hole circles. And plate number 2, and the 14 holes in the 21 hole circles, and 18 holes in the 27 hole circles, and 22 holes in 33 hole circles, okay. All the circles provided to the sum of the a person. This formula is used for the sum of small problem solve, and for induction for the 28 divisions, solution for the rotary. And this is the very short problem, this is the very short problems, okay. Indexing the 28 divisions, okay. The solution for the rotary of the indexing crank, okay, and the rotary of the index crank is the 40 teeth used for the gear, and 28 cranks in tons, okay. And this is the also for dividing for the 28 tons, okay. The 40 upon 28 is a 1 1 to 1, let's say 1, and the third by 7 tons, okay. This can be done for the following using any of the warm brown for safe plates, okay. And one full rotation, one this is the one is full rotation, and second full rotations, and plus 9 holes, okay. This is 9 holes in a 20 satrikai case, and the multiply by 3 7, the 21 whole circle in plate number 2, okay. And one also for is one full rotations, and this also for 21 add, and 21 holes in a 40 and the 79 whole circle in the plate number third. Okay, second problem is also for indexing for 20, indexing for the is the indexing for 62 divisions. Solution for the rotation of the indexing crank is 40 upon 62 and the 20 upon 31 tons. Okay, and this can be done as following using any of the round shape of the plates. Okay, 20 holes in the 31 hole circle in the plate 2. Okay, and this is the problem solved. Okay, and also for compound indexing. Okay, some of the compound indexing by using the above method for uh, majority of the indexing jobs could be completed. Okay, and suppose that this is the center of the this is the center of the plates, this center of the plate, and this is the use for the 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Okay, 20, this is the 20 of the tools also for indexing of the plate for the index of the crank moment. This is the indexing of the crank moment. This is the moment direction indexing plate in moment. Indexing planes is also for moment. Okay, moment meaning rotation of the crank is the compound indexes using the index plate. Index plate number 1 on warm and safe divisions for it with the 5 holes in the 20 hole circle means a holes in the 15th hole circles. Okay, in 15 hole circles used perform to the operations and concluding to the operations is the however when the available for capacity of the indexing and the capacity of this is a plate perform to the holes perform to the holes and circles of innards. Plate is not sufficient, do not give an indexing job, and this is the indexing of the compound index method would be used. This is the compound indexing method using for index of plates. Okay, fifth holes and sixth holes used for and in order to obtain more complex indexing, the following method is used. Okay, some of the other methods use more complex indexing. The following methods is used. First, the crank is moved. For the crank is moved in the useful function in the forward directions. Okay, use for the forward direction of the plate is used for the operations. Okay. Thank you so much, dear students. Subscribe this channel and